So when we say blood relation, there are different approaches to a question. Firstly, let me discuss how I will approach to a question, okay? My approach to blood relation will be something like this. I'm going to represent male by square box, and I'm going to represent female by a circle. And if I want to represent a married couple, what I'll do is, if I want to represent A and B are married couple, in that case, I'll just write A is this one, line this one. So which means that A and B are married couple. So married couple, I'm going to represent it by double line, and siblings, I'm going to represent it by single line. So if I want to represent A and B is a married couple, I'm going to write A here, and A is a male here, and A is married to B there. So these two are married couple there. If I want to represent that A and B are siblings, in that case, I'm going to put single line there. Let's say A is a sister of B and B is a brother. So in this case, these two are siblings, and A is a sister and B is a brother there. So B is a brother of A, and I can say that A is a sister of B. Single line means these two are siblings. Double line means this married couple there. And I'm going to represent generations, different, let's say different generation, vertical line, okay? So let's assume that A and B is A and B are married couple. If these two are married couple, then let's say they have a daughter C. A and B are married couple and they have a daughter C, and which means that this vertical line represents they are in different generation. I can also write this way: B's father is D. Let's say B's father is D here. So in this case, there is 1-2 generation between D and C. So which means that we can understand that D is the grandfather of C. Okay. A and B are married couple and they have a daughter C there. And according to C, D is his grandfather. But there is two reference we use in blood relation. Number one is we call it maternal grandfather or maternal grandparents, and the other one is paternal. So let me represent it this way. C, according to C, F is C's father's father, which means that this is father's father, which means we can represent it as paternal grandfather. But in this case, this D here is C's mother's father. We call it maternal grandfather there. So each generation will have a vertical line there, okay? Are we clear with that? If you are clear with that, I'm going to start with the question. Okay. But few things to remember before we start on with the questions. Number one is there is no illegal relation in blood relation. That means a husband can have only one wife and a wife can have only one husband, okay? And there is no transgender as well in this case. And there is no girlfriend or boyfriend. So there is no illegal relation in blood relation. Number one is that one. Number two is I've given you a table here. If you want to screenshot, you can screenshot now. Let me just zoom it for you and screenshot and give it as a reference. So these things we know, but I'm just giving you as a reference here. These are the relations that we can name. I'll just leave this one for you, and let's directly go to questions. Tonight I'll be discussing questions based on Upsc, Npsc, Nssb, as well as SSC based question, okay? So I've tried to pick up all the latest question, and let's try to be relatable with the latest pattern, okay? So this is a question which was asked in SSC MTS 2025. It's a very simple question. Let's start with this one. So the first statement says that X is the father of Y. And how can we represent that? X is the father, which means I'm going to represent it with a box. And father means they are in a different generation. X is the father of Y. X is the father of Y. That means X is one generation above Y and X is the father. Remember, Y la gender na jane. In this case, I don't know the gender of Y. That's the reason why I'm just leaving it as it is there. Next statement says, Y is the mother of Z. Y is the mother of Z. That means Y here, now I know the gender. Y is the mother of Z. Then what is asked? Then how is X related to Z? How is X related to Z? Which means that who is X to Z? So X here is grandfather, or it can be maternal grandfather there. So that's the answer there. Are we clear with that? So very simple. We are starting with a very simple question. First statement, X is the father of Y. That means X is the father of Y. They are in different generation. I don't know. Firstly, I don't know the gender of Y, but next, what I can say is Y is the mother of Z. That means Y is the mother of Z. I've written that, and we are just asked the reference about this one. Let's move on to the next question. Next question is from UPSC CSAT 2012 here. The question here is, it's a statement-based question. There are 4 statements given, so let's go one statement at a time. First statement says that A is a brother of B. That means A is a brother of B. But remember, we don't know the gender of B here. Next, C is the father of A. C is the father of A. That means A above D, one generation above is C, and C is the father there. Next one, D is E's brother. D is E's brother. I don't have any relation to this one, so I can leave this for once. And let's move on to the next statement here. E is the daughter of B. That means E is the daughter of B. I can write it this way. And next one is D is a brother of E. Now I have E here. I can relate with statement number 3 there. Statement number 3 says that D is the brother of E. What is asked in this question? We are asked to find then the uncle of D. So D is here, and the uncle of D means we don't know the gender of B here. B can be male or it can be female. So I can say that D's parents' brother can be uncle here. So the answer for this one is nothing but A is the uncle of D here. Are we clear with that? Yes, A is the answer. You're correct. If you're clear, you can give a thumbs up. We'll move on to next. Okay. Next one. It is from RRB J 2025. So which is from railway based question. So let's look at the question here. What does the question say? B is the mother of U. So which means B is the mother one generation above of U. I don't know the gender of U still now. Next, U is a sister of N. U is the sister of N here. Next one, let's look at the next statement here. C is Y. C is the father of Y. C is the father of Y. That means I don't have any relation here. I don't know. I don't have C as well as I don't have Y. So I can keep this statement for once. And let's move on to the next statement here. Y is the husband of N. Y is the husband of N. Remember, Y is the husband means that from statement number 1, we have learned that there is no illegal relation, which means that N will be the wife there. If Y is the husband, then N is the wife there. And now, since we have Y, I can use what? I can use C here. C is the father of Y. So C is the father of Y. So I return back to this statement here, and this statement I've written down here. C is the father of Y there. Now, what is asked? How is Y related to P? How is Y related to P? So how is Y related to P, which means that who is Y to B? Y is son-in-law. That means B's daughter's husband is nothing but son-in-law. So the answer for this one is son-in-law here. Okay with that? So we are just starting with very simple questions. Okay, let's move on to next. Next one is something from RRB and Npsc 2025. It's from graduate level here. So the question here, let's go through the statement. LG is a daughter of Dave. LG is the daughter of Dave. DEV. I don't have the gender of Dave, so I'm just giving it as it is. Oh, I forgot to mention one more thing here. Is it written down here? Yeah, this one. Never judge a gender by the name. never judge a gender by a name, which means that Rahul do maki ho pare, or Rashmi can be a boy as well. So never judge a gender from their name. Okay, keep that in mind. Getting back to the question. Yeah, Rahul can be male as well. They may confuse you with the names, so don't get carried away by the names, their names there. Now let's move. Get back to the question. JQ is a daughter of QP. I don't have any relation, so I'll just write here. JQ is the daughter of QB there. Next one. BT is a wife of Dave. So Dave is husband now. Why? Because BD is a wife of Dave. BD is a wife of Dave means BD is a husband there. BD is a wife of Dave. Next one, do we have any relation? Next one is QP is a brother of LG. QB, LG's brother is QP. And we have one relation here. I'm going to combine this one and this one together. QB's daughter is JQ there, daughter there. And what is asked? How is JQ related to Dave? How is JQ related to Dave? So JQ is what? Is Dave's granddaughter, right? So that's the answer. Granddaughter. I hope we're clear with this. Shall we move on to next? Now, next one is a question from Npsc 2017. Yes, that's correct. Wiba is the daughter of Saloni's brother-in-law. So now let's begin with this one. First statement is Wiba is the daughter of Saloni's brother-in-law Suraj. So here the statement says that Wiba is what? Wiba is the daughter of Saloni's brother-in-law, which means that this is Saloni. Saloni is married to someone. I don't know the gender of Saloni here, remember, because the gender is not mentioned here, which means that I don't know the gender of Saloni. But one thing I know is this one. Saloni is married to someone, and that brother is Suraj. And it has a daughter. I'll just write it down here once, okay? It has a daughter, Suraj. So I'm going to repeat this one again. Wiba is a daughter of Saloni's brother-in-law, Suraj. So, oh, I'm writing Suraj 2 times here. So this is Wiba. What I've written here is Wiba is a daughter of Saloni is married to someone. That means it may be husband or wife, we don't know. Husband or wife, brother, which means brother, it can be brother-in-law. So brother-in-law's daughter is Wiba there. That is the first statement there. A little bit confusing, but if you just go through the statement, or you can also say something like this. Saloni's brother-in-law, Suraj, daughter is Wiba. That means I'm just solving this way, and after that, I'm returning back to this one. Saloni's brother-in-law, Suraj's daughter is Wiba. That is what we have. Next one. What is asked? How is Wiba's grandmother related to Saloni? That means Wiba's grandmother will be one generation above. This one is grandmother here. Wiba's grandmother is this one. And we asked to find how is Wiba's grandmother related to Saloni's son. Saloni has a son here. And we asked to find how is Wiba's grandmother related to Saloni's son. So according to Saloni's son, who is this Wiba's grandmother? Same thing, grandmother only. Because Saloni's, we don't know the gender of Saloni. If you want to assume Saloni's gender, it can be female. But I've told you that in statement number 2, we don't judge a gender by their name. So one thing I am sure is that Saloni's son's parents' mother is the grandmother of Wiba there. So the answer there is nothing but grandmother there. I hope we are clear with this. Shall we move on to next? Okay. Next one. It's a latest question which was asked in UPSC 2026, just recently held exam. So let's try to solve this one. So which means that we are seeing a trend of blood relation here. So try to master blood relation as soon as possible. If you are not mastering that, that means you are behind the others. Now let's start with this one. The statement here says that P has a son and a daughter. That means P has a son and a daughter, but we don't know who are they. And I don't know the gender of P as well. Let's move on to the next statement. S is a mother of D. S is a mother of D. Remember, in this case, I don't have any relation here. I need to write it on my side. S is the mother of T here. S is the mother of D. And next statement, it says S is R's spouse. That means R's spouse, that means R is married to S there. Because S is a mother, which means that R will be the husband there. Since S is R's spouse, which means that R is a male member there. Next statement. Q and R are children of P. Q and R, so which means that I don't know who is male or who is female, but Q and R belongs in this generation. That means this can be Q and this can be R. I don't know. But one thing I have an idea is that Q and R belongs to this generation there. Why? Because the statement says Q and R are the children of B there. Okay, someone got answer option B. Let's cross check. Then how is Q related to S? How is Q related to S? So in this case, we are asked to find how is Q related to S. So how can we figure out this way? I'll have to group some terms here. If I'm group this statements here, S and R are married couple and they have a children there. D, D. I don't know the gender of D here, but this one couple. And I'm sure that according to this statement here, Q and R are children here. But because of this reference here, R is a male member, which means this R here, male member is nothing but R. Why? Because in this case, R is a male member there. I'm going to insert it R here. R is this one and this is Q. That means I can write it this way. I'm going to remove this part here. R is married to S and S, both of them has a son or children D there. Now, which makes a complete sense now. We must find how is related to S. How is Q related to S? Who is Q to S? That means Q is option D. Everyone getting option D. Q is a sister of husband of S. That means S husband is this one and husband's sister is Q there. So your answer is correct, which is option number D there. I hope we are clear with this one. Any confusion here? Clear? So the tricky part was this one only. R's gender we know from here, and we have two genders unknown here, but because of this reference, we are doing this, and we know that in this generation, we have Q and R there. That's the reason why we can combine these two together, okay? Let's move on to the next one. Npsc 2025 question. Now, similar type of question only. How is P related to Q is asked. Let's start with the statement. K is the son of A's mother's sister. Okay. It's quite lengthy here. I'm going to write it this way. K is the son of A's mother's sister. That means we have A here. A's mother is this one, and mother's sister's son is K. You look here. A's mother's sister's son is K. A's mother's sister's son is K there. This is what we have. That is statement number one. Statement number two. Q is a daughter of D. Q is a daughter of D, the father of G, and a grandfather of A. So with this, I have some ideas here. Excuse me once. So second statement says that Q is a daughter of D. Q, I'll just write it on our side once, okay? Q is the daughter of D, and D is the grandfather of D, the grandfather of G, and grandfather of A. That means D is a grandfather of G and grandfather of A. It may sound a little bit confusing, but I'm going to write it this way. D is a grandfather, okay? Oh, what grandfather? So sorry for that. We have here, Q is the daughter of D, okay? The father of G. That means D is the father of G as well. We don't know G's gender, okay? And the grandfather of A. Grandfather of A means there are two generations there. One generation below is A there. Which gives me an idea that D will be somewhere around here. D will be somewhere around here, and since there are two generations, there are some generations gap there. So I'll just leave this one aside for once, and let's cross-check the other statement here. Next statement is P is the daughter of H. P is the daughter of H. I'm going to write that on in my side as well. I'll repeat again, don't worry. P is the daughter of H, the grandmother of K. That means H is the grandmother of K. That means one generation below is K there. That means there is 2 generation gap between these 2. But we have a relation now. If you look here carefully, first statement first statement K is the son of A. K is the son of A's mother's sister. That was the first statement. Second statement was Q is the daughter of D, and D is nothing but the father of G, and D is the grandfather of A as well. Okay, I forgot to mention one thing here. When you see N statement there, that means we are referring to the first person there, okay? If you see WH statement, that means who, whom, in that case, we are referring, let's say, A, who, if we have A and followed by who, in that case, we are referring to this one. And if there's N, that means we are referring to the first person there, okay? Don't get confused here. That is important for sitting arrangement as well as blood relations or distance and direction, okay? So in this case, N means that we are referring to D is grandfather of A there. In mind, I have one statement, I have 2 statements. And another statement here, D is the husband of H. That means which makes a concrete statement that this one and this one are married couple there, because D is a husband of H. So I'm going to draw this one generation above. There is D, and D is married to H. That is what the statement says. H is a female member there. D is this one. And I'm clear that in this generation, what is it? H daughter is B. H daughter is B there. It can be here. P can be here. P can be here. I'm not sure, but so I'm just gonna keep that way. Next one, Q here. Q is also a daughter of D. That means Q is also in generation as well. And we have another G as well. But what does the question say? Next statement says G is the husband of L. That means G is a male member here. G is a male member here. G is a husband of L there. That means L is female. Now we have a clear assurance here. How? Because we have a relation between Q and A here. Q's daughter can be A here. But we don't need to get confused with this one directly. Even though this one is P or Q, we are clear that what is required here. How is P related to Q? We are just asked to find what's the relation between P and Q. So the relation between P and Q are, these 2 are sisters there. Yes, sisters is the answer there. How is it? Are you clear with this? I just started with this statement, and this statement here, and this statement here. With this statement, I have a concrete statement that these 2 are married couple, and this 2 are generation above. And I'm not sure about this one. Even though I'm drawing this way, I don't know that Q is the mother of A, okay? I'm not sure. But just to make sure that they are from different generation, as we have discussed in the beginning, there has to be a vertical line, which means they are from different generations here. I hope we are clear with this. Shall we move on to the next? Okay. Let's move on to the next. Next question is this. It's a data sufficiency based question, which was asked in Npsc 2021, okay? So it's a very simple question. Let's start with the question. Always remember, whenever you are solving data sufficiency, check what is asked first. Back in your mind, you need to remember this. How is X related to Y? Which means you need to find a relation between X and Y. Let's look at statement number 1. Statement number 1 says that Y says I have only one brother. That is, Y says that I have only one brother. But we don't know who there. Always, when you're solving data sufficiency, check statement one statement at a time. First statement 1 lower, and check whether that is sufficient to answer the question or not. Next, use only statement number 2 and check whether you are able to answer that or not. So with this statement number 1, what I see is that Y says that Y has only one brother there. Is this statement sufficient enough to answer this question? No, right? Because I don't know who this is. Y says that he has a brother, but I don't know who is this. It can be Y, or it can be X, or it can be anyone. I'm not sure, which means that statement number 1 alone is not sufficient to answer there. Next one. X says I have only one sister. That means X says that I have only one sister there. Same statement. I don't know who is this. This is an empty space here. Until and unless it is mentioned, you're not going to assume, okay, in this kind of question, in data sufficiency. So even statement number 2 is not sufficient enough to answer this question. Now next step you're going to do is that if single statement is not enough to answer the question, what you're going to do, you're going to combine these two statements. So even though I want to combine these two statements, I cannot combine these two statements. Why? Because I don't have a common element between these two. If you look here, I didn't combine this blood relation until and unless I have a relation that I can combine with this two, which means the relation of D and H there. So until and unless there's a relation between two statements, I cannot combine two groups there or two statements together. So if you look here carefully, there is no common element between these two. That means using both the statements, it is not sufficient, which means neither 1 nor 2 is sufficient to answer this one. I hope you're clear with this. You can give a thumbs up, we can move on. Okay, exactly the same only, I guess, this question. So even here, if you look here carefully, there are 3 females. That means 3 females there. Next one, remember there are 7 members. If there is 3 females, that means 4 male members there. 3 female means 4 male members there. Next one. I think we are about to start with the statement, yeah. So let's start with the statement. G is a widow. That means G's husband is not there. So I'm going to write it this way. G is a widow and the husband is dead. Husband is dead. Next one is, and sister-in-law. That means, remember I told you earlier that N means we are referring to the person that is at the beginning. Now, here G is a widow and sister-in-law of the sister-in-law of D's father F. That means D's father is F and G is a sister-in-law. You read the statement here. G is a widow, okay. G's husband is dead. But G is what? Sister-in-law of D's father F. That means F's sister-in-law is G there. That means F's brother's wife is G there. And D is D's father is F. That means I don't know the gender of D here. It can be male or it can be female. Next step is B and D are siblings. That means B and D are siblings. I'm going to draw that. B and D are siblings, but I don't know the gender of B as well as D there. Next step. A is a daughter of B. A is a daughter of B. A is the daughter of B there. Next statement. C is a cousin of B. C is the cousin of B. So here, this is a critical statement here. C is a cousin of B, which means that C will be cousin of B there. But remember, I don't know the gender of this one as well. B's father's brother's son can be cousin there. So that's the reason why I'm putting it here. C is a cousin of B. Next one. E is the mother of B. E is the mother of B. That means B's mother here is E there. Because F is B's father, B's mother will be E in that case. Remember, what is asked? Who is E? We have to find who is E. I don't know these genders here, but let's cross-check the statement once. Here the statements are, E is the wife of F. That means this is correct. Statement number 1 is correct because F is the husband here and the wife is E there. That means that statement is correct there. Next one, grandmother of A. That means A's grandmother is E. Yes, that is correct as well. Next one, aunt of C. Aunt of C, yes, because since B and C are cousin, I can say that E is the aunt there. That means all these statements, A, 1, 2, 3 are correct here. How comes A? I think it will be option number D, okay? The statement is, there's a member here, 6 members and 3 male and 3 female. That means I'm going to write 3 male here and 3 female here. Next one is there are 2 married couples. That means 2 couples and 2 unmarried siblings. That means 2 siblings are unmarried in that case. Next one. U is P's daughter. That means U is P's daughter. Okay. And Q is R's mother-in-law. Q is R's mother-in-law. R is married to someone and the mother is Q there. Next one. T is unmarried male. That means T is a male member and it is unmarried. Next one. S is a male. That means S is a male member there. Next one is which of the following is correct? So let's try to assume. I think our assumption was wrong in some cases. Remember, the question says there are 2 married couples. That means I need to make sure there is 2 married couples there. So one married couple can be R is married to someone, okay, and it will have a siblings. And remember, in this case, 2 married couples and 2 unmarried siblings. So I'm going to make sure that who are the unmarried siblings there. D is unmarried siblings, which is very sure. And the other one is, since I'm not sure about this one, I'm not sure about this combination here. What I'm going to do is that there is 2 generation here. I made a mistake here. 2 generation. So this is one generation here. This is 2 generation here. So we have 2 generation, which means that P will be the father here and U will be here. Are we clear with that? So I think I'm messed up with that point there. Now with that in mind, we have how many male and female members there? S is here and is a male there, so which means we're going to give this one as female there. I hope we are clear with this one. Let's cross-check the statement now. Which of the following is correct? R is U's husband, which is wrong. S is unmarried, which is wrong. R is S wife, which is correct, and none of the above. The answer still remains the same, but my mistake in the previous attempt was because of this one, 2 generations. There's only 2 generations there, okay? So every time when you're reading blood relation question, make sure of the details given there, okay? Okay, let's move on to the next now. It's a similar type of question, so I'll leave this one for you. So please take a screenshot now. Try this one. Similar question only. Screenshot done. Let's move on to next. Now let's start with conversation-based question. First type of question was a very simple basic level question only. Since the question that we have done now, it was a UPSC question. That's the reason why the level of question was a little bit high, but it's okay. If you are clear, let's move on to the next. Next topic is conversation-based question. This is the favorite question of Nssb, especially. So if you look at this question here, pointing to a photograph of a boy, Sahil said he is the only son of my mother. How is Sahil related to the boy? I'll give you one statement or one key tips, and that is more than enough to solve all the question. Whenever you see in a conversation-based question, whenever you see only son or daughter, always remember that in most of the cases, they are referring to self only. That means referring to themselves only, okay? So when you see only son or only daughter kind of case in a conversation-based question, always remember that they are referring to themselves. Let's try to solve this one. Let's just follow the statement once. Until and unless the question is hard, we can solve it directly, okay? He is the only son of my mother. So with the key that I gave you, only son means he is referring to himself. So he is the son of the only son, that means himself, which is Sahil, only son of my mother. What is asked? How is Sahil related to the boy? How is Sahil related to the boy? How is Sahil related to the boy? Who is Sahil to the boy? Is it Sahil is father? Clear with this? Easy. So whenever you see most of the statements of conversation-based question, you will see that only statement to takioleze. So, and most of the time it is based on self only. Let's move on to the next one. And this will be same thing, 2022 question. What does the question say here? How is my brother's father's daughter related to me? It is not that hard as it sounds, okay? Let's try to follow the question. What does the question say? My brother, that means this is me. My brother's father's father's daughter's daughter. How is this one related to me? Directly, I can say that cousin is the answer here. Look here. I started with this one. My brother, that means this is me, and my brother's father's daughter means one generation down, daughter's daughter, and this relation between this one is, which means that this my father's sister's daughter will be my cousin there. I will clear with this. Okay, very simple. Next one. It's a question from Steno, SSC Steno 2025. Here the question says, pointing to a woman, Ravi says, she is the daughter of the only son of my father. Ki itu kya je? Only son there. She is the daughter of the only son of my father. So which means that she is the daughter of the only son means this is me, or this is Ravi, only son of my father. Very simple. Every time, whenever you see only statement, you can assume it this way. So what does this statement say? Shall we just follow? She is a daughter of the only son of my father day, this father day. What is asked? How is the woman related to Ravi? How is the woman related to Ravi? That means who is the woman to Ravi? To Ravi, the woman here is his daughter. Clear? So if you get a key here, it's very easy, okay? I don't have any more statements here. Yeah, it's okay. Let's move on to next. Next one is goated blood relation. This topic here, goated blood relation, it is trending in all the exams. So try to master this one. If you are clear with the first concept, this concept is no different. Easy. Even in central exam, even in UPSC or other exams like SSC, railway exams, this question is asked. Let's take an example of central exams like SSC. SSC, CGL, every time you will see one question per shift. Itulah question spaced. So if you are attempting that, that's a must. And if you just go through previous year's question paper of Npsc now, last year prelims, I think there was two questions or one or two questions was there based on this one, goated blood relation. I'll give you shortcut tricks as well as I'll give you the long cut approach as well. Let's try to solve by the concept that we have learned first, okay? Every time, whenever you are solving goated blood relation, itu first sawal lagi. You need to look at this statement here, A, B. That means A is first, B is second. A minus B, A is first, B is second. Sometimes, if the question is a hard level question or moderate level question, you will see something like this. B is the son of A in Ethiopia. Even though the sign is this one, you may see two statements here. One type of statement can be A is a son of B. Another statement can be B is a son of A. That means this statement means that A is the son of B. And this statement says that B is the son of A. So it is totally different there. So always remember, whenever you see goated blood relation, look at the quoting first. After that, let's move on to the question. P plus R. So plus means that the first one is the son of the second one. That means the first one is the son of the second one. The first one is the son of the second one. That means P is a son of R there. Next one. Minus means that A is the wife of B. That means the first one is the wife of the second one. The first one, R, is the wife of the second one. The first one is the wife of the second one. That means Q is the husband there. There is no illegal relation, which means that Q is the husband there. What is asked? Let's look at the questions here, or the options here. Q is the son of P. Q is the son of P, which means our statement here is wrong. Next one, Q is the wife of P. That means this statement is also wrong. Q is the father of P, which means this statement is correct. Clear with this? Very simple, basic question only. Just that there is quoting, okay? But make sure you need to look at this quoting always. Next one. This is an IB ACIO 2025 question. Let's look at the statements. Let me look at the quoting first. A plus B means A is a daughter of B. A at the rate B means A is a father of B. A hash P means A is a son of P. A star B means A is the sister of B. Based on the above, that means we have AB. That means the first statement, first letter here is first letter here is first. That means I don't have any confusion here. It's clear cut. Let's try to follow the question now. How is M related to E? Now, in this case, direct relation is asked. This one is asked. Now, let's follow the question. What does it say? M plus A. Plus means what? Is a daughter. First one is a daughter of the second one. That means the first one is the daughter of the second one. First one is the daughter of the second one. Next. At the rate means what? A is the father of B. That means first one is the father of the second one. That means the first one is the father of the second one. First one is the father of the second one. That means M there. Remember, if this one is a father, this one will be one generation below. One generation below. So this one is the father of this one there. Next one. At the rate means what? We have done that. Next one is hash. The first one is a son of the second one. A is a son of B. That means the first one is a son of the second one. So the first one, which is M, is the son of the second one. That means the one generation above, I'm going to write it D here. D will be female there. Why? Because we have a male member here. That means we have husband, which means we need wife there. But next statement will make it clear. Star means that A is the sister of B. That means the first one is the sister of the second one. First one is this one is the sister of the second one. What is asked? What is the relation between, how is M related to E? How is M related to E? M is who to E? E's sister's daughter is M. That means option number C there, which is sister's daughter. Are we clear with that? Now let me teach you a shortcut way to approach this one, or shall we use the next one? Yeah, let me teach you a shortcut way. If you are appearing any time bound exam, or these days the Npsc has reduced the timing to 2 hours, which means that you need some shortcut ways. So let's try to approach this using shortcut ways. The shortcut way is this. Don't look at the elements there. What is required? You look at this one. So the required element is this one and this one. After that, what you need to do is that you need to be a little bit strong with your imagination here. Kali symbol this are there. You just look at the symbols only. Don't look at the element here. Don't look at T. Don't look at N. Don't look at A. Don't look at anyone there. Directly, you start from E there, because we are asked to find relation between M and E. So star here. Star represents what? Sister. So sister. And this one is H represents what? H represents son, and at the rate represents what? Father, and plus represents daughter. So sisters, this one star means sisters, and this one is sons, fathers, daughter. That means sisters, what? Next one is H there is son, sisters, sons, fathers, daughter. That means that directly we are seeing that sister's daughter there. So without using any drawing here, you can get your answer. But you'll have to get used to this one. This one, though, it depends on your practice. ek par one ko decide no na parbo. But one thing you need to do is that you need to practice more. So sisters, sons, father's daughter. Sister's son, okay. Son's father, which means that sister's husband's daughter, which means that sister's daughter only. Okay. So that way we can approach with shortcut. Next one is, we have one more question here. It's a RRB Group T 2025 question. So same thing, let's look at the coding here. All the elements are same here. We are okay with the coding now. If it is interchange, we need to keep in mind. That's the only case there, okay? So now let's start with the statement. We need to find relation between Q and N there. Q and N. Now, let's start with N. Percentage means the first one is the father of the second one. The first one is the father. The first one is the father of the second one. Next one, minus means what? Is the brother. That means the first one is the brother of the second one. First one is the brother of the second one. And percentage means the first one is the percentage means father. The first one is the father of the second one. And H means what? Is a daughter. That means first one is a daughter of the second one. First one is a daughter of the second one. That means remember Q la gender to female whole. Why? Because this one is a daughter of this one. So this has to be married with a female there. So Q's gender is that one. Now what is asked? How is Q related to N? How is Q related to N? So this one is option number B. Yes, option number B there. Son's wife there. That means N's son is C and C's wife is Q there. So the answer for this one is option number B, which is son's wife there. Clear with that? Okay, one more homework here. You try this one. You take a screenshot. This is RRB Group T 2025 question. Done? Okay, let's move on to the next. Next one, Npsc 2025 question. So this was the question here, which was asked last year prelims. So if you look at this one, the coding still remains the same. A there, A there. Okay, A there. Now let's start with the coding. K dollar means the first one is the mother of the second one. K is the mother of the second one. And N means the first one is the father of the second one. That means D is the father of M there. The first one is the father of the second one. Okay, father of the second. What is asked? Which of the following is correct? So let's look. M is the brother of D. This one is wrong. D is a son of K. We are unsure about this. Did I miss something? M is the father of D. No, this is wrong. K is the mother of M. K is the mother of N. So definitely this is the answer there. D is the son of K. Oh, directly we see this I. Yeah, I thought I was looking at this one. So D is the son of K, which means our option number B is clear. Are we clear with this? Very simple question. Maybe because this was the first time, that's the reason why they might have given the easiest question. So next time, get ready with this type of question. Or maybe I can expect this type of question here. Under goated blood relation, there is two types of question that can be asked. One type of question can be this way. Question D, it will be given coding. Question D, coding duo. And after that, you'll in your option, you'll have to choose. The other way around is this one. This is a higher level question, so to say. In your option, you'll be given this one. In your option, you'll be given coding, but the option of the previous questions will be in your question there. So what you need to do is that in your question, what is given, you'll have to write it down first. First thing is, A is E's daughter's son. A is E's daughter's, that means E's daughter's son is A. A is E's daughter's son. A is E has a daughter and son is A there. So which gives me an idea that the gender of A is male there. So that's the key number one there. Most of the question you can solve just by this one. So after decoding what is asked, next step you're going to do is that you're going to apply option elimination. 80% of the question can be solved by using option elimination, this type of question, okay? And we can expect this type of question in Npsc. Because since we have started with quoted plot relation, the other way around for quoted plot relation can be this type, okay? Now, if you look at these options, first look through all the options and eliminate the options where A is female there. Because A do male member whole as or it has to be a male member. So let's look at the statement here. Intersection. Intersection means what? P is a daughter of Q. That means the first one is a daughter of. So the first one is a daughter of this one. That means this option is eliminated. That means A is a female member there. Let me just zoom a little bit here. Next one. A slash B. That means slash means what? The first one is the sister of the second one. The A is a sister of B. Even this option is eliminated. Same thing. A is slash means the sister of B. So this option is eliminated without checking anything. Just by looking at this one, we have the answer, which is option number D there. Are we clear with that? So first step, plot what is asked. And after that, apply option elimination. 80% of the question will be solved using this one, okay? Let's try one more question. Another question, same thing, similar question here. We asked to find, indicate the relation R is the daughter of Q. R is the daughter of Q. That means R's gender is female there. So R's gender should be female. Let's look at this statement. At the rate means X is a sister of Y. X at the rate means X is a sister. That means the first one is a sister. That means this can be possible. Again, same thing, this can be possible. How about this? Greater than. X is a husband of Y when there is greater than. That means this is not possible there. Next one. X is less than. X is less than means X is the mother of Y. Q is not Q. I don't need to look at Q. Where is R? Let me look at R. R here. R dollar means what? Dollar means here. Dollar is here. The first one is the son of the second one. The first one is the R is the son of H. That means this option is eliminated. Again, if you look here, always remember one trick is also this one. You have a gender here. In this kind of coding, until and unless first letter, second letter, second letter. In this kind of coding, you will never have a gender for the last one. Last one, most of the time, there will be no gender there. Most of the time, okay? No gender. So which means you can directly eliminate this one. Now you will have to try this two option. You'll have to try and check this two option in order to get R is the daughter of Q. So let's check one option at a time. We were supposed to check 4 options and we have eliminated 2 options now. And we are just left with 2 options. So let's check these 2 options. First one is R at the rate. That means the first one is the sister of the second one. At the rate means this one. And greater than means the first one is the husband of the first one is the husband of the second one. Second one is gay there. And Q, less than. That means the first one is the mother of that means the first one is the mother of Q. Our required solution was Q, R is the daughter of Q, but Q is down here. That means this option is wrong, which means directly without checking, since we just have 2 options without checking anything, this one is your answer here. I hope we are clear with this one. Directly, you mark for that answer. Okay. Well, move on to next one. It's a SEC CGL question. Let's give it a try. Similar type of question. What is required? Q is a son of P. Q is the son of P there. Now, which means that Q la gender do, it has to be son there. So one thing I'm sure is I can eliminate this 2 options. It may be wrong. Okay, so I'm just eliminating directly. If the other 2 options are wrong, I'll have to cross-check this 2. But as of now, let me just eliminate this 2. And next one, minus means what? Minus means the first one is the mother of the second one. Q minus this one. That means this one is also eliminated. First one is the mother. In this case, we are left with this one. Let's cross-check because I'm uncertain with this 2. So I'll have to cross-check. I just have 1 option, but I'll have to cross-check that one since I have 2 uncertain values there. Now let's cross-check. P minus means is the mother. The first one is the mother of second, and plus means is this one is the father of what? R there. And we are sure with this one. This is correct here. So which is option number D there. I hope we are clear with this one. Actually, we won't be able to provide recorded class, okay? Maybe we'll try to, but every time we won't be able to provide. But tonight, maybe I'll try to provide tonight. I'm just figuring out with some technical issues, okay? Next one is, yeah, it's a similar type of question that we have done. So what I want you to do is that, please take a screenshot of this one. It's a very good question I've discussed in previous course. So you can take a screenshot of this. Okay. Next one. I think, yeah, 2025. Let me solve this one. Npsc 2025 question paper here again. Let's follow the question. What does the question says? These are the members of the family, 4 adults and 3 children, out of whom F and G are boys. Look here carefully. This is the key statement here. There are 3 children. There are all 2 of whom F and G are boys. F and G are boys. That means F la gender male ase, G la gender be male ase. Which means that the other children is female. 3 children was there. The other children is female there. With that in mind, let's start with the question. A and D are brothers. A and D are brothers. D are brothers there. Next statement. A is an engineer. That means ENG. E is a doctor married to one of the brothers. E is a doctor married to one of the brothers. Remember, E can be married to this one or E can be married to this one. I'm not sure, which means I'll have to keep this one aside for once. And has 2 children. Okay, it's a continuation statement, so I'll just keep this one aside once. B is married to D. That means this is my confirmation here. B is married to D. That means B is a female member there, and it is married to D. And G is their children. That means G is their children. Remember, G la gender do kya ase? G la gender do, it's a male there. Now, I'm pretty sure that A is married to E. E is a doctor. That means DOC. And E is married to one of the brother. If D is married to B, which means that we are left with A, which means A will be married to E there. A is married to E. And what does it say? It says that it has 2 children. That means 2 children. I'm going to write 2 siblings there. Look here carefully. There is 2 spaces left and F is left. So I'm going to put F here, which will be male there. And who is left? A, B, C is left. C will be female there. Why? There are 3 children. 1, 2, 3 children there. F and G are male. That means C will be there. C will be a female member there. I will clear with that. Let's look at the statements. Who is C? So C is A's daughter only. A's son, no, this option is wrong. E's daughter, this can be the answer. Let's cross check the other. F's father, no. G's father, no. Which means option number B is the answer there. I hope we are clear with this. So the key takeaway was this one, this statement here. So always, whenever you see a statement which blood relation, where there is a long statement and they are mentioning about children's number of males, females, keep that in mind. That is the key in this kind of question, okay? I have a mains paper here. I think we're coming to an end. I just have 2 questions, okay? It's an Npsc mains 2024 question. Let's start with the question. What is given? A group comprised of professor, engineer, accountants, lawyer, and 2 housewives. So this detail you need to keep in mind. So we have this one in mind. Let's look at the statements here. There are only two married couples in the group. That means there is only two married couple. Okay, that is fine. Let's move on to next. Lawyer is married to D. That means I'm going to draw that. Lawyer is married to D. Who is a housewife? This was I was talking about this WH statement. Whenever you see WH statement, always remember that we are referring to the person that is just before that. That means who means we are talking about D. D is a housewife there. The lawyer is that means lawyer is married to D, who is a housewife there. That means lawyer is a male member. I'm gonna draw that here down here. D is a female and he is a housewife and lawyer is a male member there. We are done with this statement. Next statement. No woman in the group is either an engineer or an accountant. So I'm going to write it this way. ENG and ACC is not possible for female. No woman or, yeah, woman. C is an accountant and is married to F. C is an accountant. I'm going to write it down here. C is an accountant. Remember, this above statement says that accountant is not female, which means that C is a male there. C is a male there. Why? Because the statement above statement says that no woman is an engineer or an accountant. That means accountant has to be male there. Accountant C is and is married to F. That means F is female there. Who is a professor? That means F is a professor. Okay, we have that. Next one. A is married to a housewife. A is married to a housewife, which means that A is here and A is married to a housewife. Housewife to A. E is not a housewife. So what are the options left? Accountant field, lawyer field, two housewife. That means one housewife is left, and the other one is professor is field, and one engineer is left. So this we have only two options, and E is not a housewife. If E does not belong here, E has to be an engineer there. And who is left? Now B is left there. B is left there. So we have this one. This is the only data that is given. So with this one decoded, let's move on to the question. What does question says? Which of the following options represent married couple? A and B. Is A and B married couple? No. That means this option is eliminated. B and E. Is B and E married couple? No. We are not sure about this too because it doesn't mention anything. So I'm going to write it this way. D and E. D and E, is it a married couple? No. A and T is a married couple, which means option number D is the answer there. Next one. E's profession. E's profession. E's profession is what? He's an engineer. How many members of the group are male? Male member kimana say? Here we have one male member. 1, 2, and remember, housewife the female hole say, but engineer is not a female, which means that this E is a male member here. Why? Because engineer though female, it can't be a woman there. That's the reason why. So we have 1, 2, and 3 people who are male there. I hope we are clear with this one. Mains level question. It is this easy. Next one. Same thing, same year, 2024 mains paper, but this is a data sufficiency question. Like I told you earlier, in data sufficiency, what is required? You need to look at that first. How many brothers does M have? Question 2, it was there. How many brothers does M have? That is asked. So back in our mind, we'll have to keep that. Let's read through the statement. But sometimes some data may be given in the question, okay? Like this question. In this question, if you look here carefully, some data are given. Let me just zoom this a little bit, okay? Yeah. So F and M are father and mother. That means F is a father and M is a mother. Question directly. Of S, who has 4 uncles and 3 aunts. This one is still a question, okay? So this are father and mother of S. But the key point is this one: 4 uncles and 3 aunts. This is the key word there. F has 2 siblings. That means F has 2 siblings. We don't know whether it is a male or female, but F has 2 siblings. I'm just keeping a dash there, or can we use a dotted line? We don't know this one. We don't know this one. F has 2 siblings. And next is the siblings of F and M are unmarried. That means none of them are married yet. What is asked? How many brothers does M have? M have how many brothers? That is asked. So let's look one statement at a time. Since this is data sufficiency, so we're going to look one statement at a time. First statement. Statement number 1 says that F has 2 brothers. So we are clear cut with this one. Kali statement number 1 ikla julawade. Statement number 1 itself says that F has 2 brothers. That means F has one. This one is a brother, and this one is also another brother. And using this statement here, S has 4 uncles and 3 aunts. That means aunt 1, 2, 3 to 85. Why? Because F has only 2 siblings. So remaining has to be mother side, right? And since S has how much? 4 uncles. 2 uncles is here. Remaining 2 uncles will be here, there. What was asked? How many brothers does M have? M have 2 brothers in this case. This one and this one. That means using statement number 1 alone is sufficient to answer this one. But check the other statement as well. Next statement is M has 5 siblings. M has 5 siblings. Without saying anything, question the without using this statement also, I'm pretty sure. Why? Because F has how much? F has 2 siblings, which means that remaining 5 will be a siblings of M there. So statement number 2 is of no use. So which means if you look at one, the question can be which one will be the P? If the question can be answered by using either statement alone. And the other one is if the question can be answered using both the statement. No, this is option eliminated. If question either one of the statement alone but not the other. That means one alone but not the other. So the answer for this one is option number A. If the question can be answered by either one of the statement alone but not the other one. Because statement number 2 chulagina the answer go in apare, which means that your option here, option number A is the answer here. Yeah, that's the end of tonight's class. If you have anything you want to clarify, you can clarify, you can type it in, and we can end our class for the night. Okay, good night. If you have any questions, you can clarify, okay? Feel free to ask.